Second possession. Bryce Young, who won that Heisman as a sophomore at Alabama. Chenault out of the backfield, whacked as he threw. Downfield it goes. It's caught by Thielen. And he play clock at 1. They get it off in time. Ekwonu with the block. Outside Thielen. Diving. He's got the
play in and getting the play called in the huddle. There's a lot of factors that have gone into it.
Hubbard on 2nd down and 9. Going outside. There's a good block by Hurst. And then run out of Hubbard. Good block in there. Cade Mays. He's got the touchdown with a flag thrown. It's the first touchdown this season by Hubbard.
Right in the middle there, 55. Jerome Baker is what he was trying to anticipate the count. So he got up there and he just was across the line too much. But then Hubbard able to push his way. And you see the knee go down, but the ball is already crossed the plane. Back sneak push, right?
Ingold is the fullback. He'll fake it.
Oh, that's backwards. That's a live ball.
Fumble. That's a fumble. Live ball.
Something going on here today. A little matchup.
Fake to Hubbard. And it's outside on 1st and 10. Oh, look at him hurdle. What a play by Tremble, who got a touchdown last week. And Hubbard is the back. 47-yard line. 1st and 10. Blocked by Tremble. And a bullet thrown to the near side for a completion. 2nd down and 8. Look at this run. Bursting up the middle, Raheem Blackshear. The running back is Hubbard. Floating a block. In the end zone. Touchdown. Thielen. All season long.
Switch release by the 2 receivers. Xavier Howard falls off of the inside route. He looks like he's going to get the interception. Actually tips the ball. Good concentration.
2 of 3 of 3. Hill on the move. It's Hill. Makes one miss. He's by midfield. Tungo Vailoa. Blocked by Lamb. On the money. Throws a dart. 1st down. Grabbed by Berrios. Ahmed in motion. Jet sweep pass. Hill. Foot race. The corner and the sideline. Mostert is in. Another dart to the 3. In the pistol with a 2nd down and goal for Tua. Mostert is back there. Lamb a block. It's Mostert. Blocked by Smythe. Touchdown, Miami. Mostert. But the tight end sealed it off. And the Fins are on the board.
You're going to see Smythe go in motion. He comes around the back of Mostert. So he's a lead blocker. So in man coverage, when the linebacker comes out to get Mostert, the ball's already in his hands. Smythe's able to pick him off and make it a walk-in.
Kohu plays a nickel. Apple plays outside back there. Young on the screws. Good-looking catch. It's 1st and 10 for Bryce Young. Moten holding his water over there at the right tackle. And he's outside. Hubbard the back with 5 in the secondary and a 3rd and 7 for Bryce Young. Hubbard a block. Young going deep and incomplete.
And that's why, Kevin, you don't always have to hit the quarterback. It's just
it's a fake. And he throws outside Chenault. And he does. He may have gotten the 1st down. Hard to see. Nope, short. And the fake and the throw by Hecker. And he did this a lot with the Rams.
Now watch where the ball extends when he steps foot out of bounds. So where's the ball?
Good explanation by Gene. Good shot by Jim Cornell. 1st and 10. Miami's ball. Mostert getting a block from Hill. He explodes and spins and drives. There he goes. Ingold. Here they come. There he goes. Tua. Caught. Touchdown. Waddle. He beats Franklin. 4-yard touchdown pass with C.J. Henderson closing in on Tungo Vailoa.
You're going to have Tyreek underneath. He's going to come on a shallow, and then Waddle is coming up into the back of the end zone, and Tua coming to the outside. Watch as he's able to get around the contain. It looks like he's going to hit Tyreek here to Miami, and just having that background and understanding this offense.
Chenault the back, and he gets it on 1st and 10. He tries to get around the linebacker, Jerome Baker. Young, 9 of 12. 3rd down and 8. Barbu with the block on the other side. It's in the hand. 3rd and 10. Ahmed back there. Smythe the block. Here he's got him. Waddle. Mostert. 3rd down and 8. Mostert's got the ball. He makes one miss. And he lunges ahead. 2-minute warning. Each team 3 timeouts. Ahmed the back. Tua 3rd and 6. He's 12 of 16. Lamb the block. Go. He's got him. He's got Hill. And they've got a touchdown. Oh, he smoked him. Woo!
This ISO back on the backside. Tua comes out looking to his left the entire time, and Tyreek Hill just one-on-one with no safety help from Farley. That's a tall order against the fastest wide receiver in the NFL.
6 in the secondary for the Dolphins. 3rd and 10 for the Panthers. Here comes Phillips. There go. Oh, good catch.
Young was able to look around the field and ultimately find his biggest target, best target, Thielen.
Young, 1st and 10. He's got him again.
Plenty of time. You have all your timeouts. You can utilize the whole field. If they're going to continue to play zone, then just pick them apart.
Young on 1st and 10. He's got Thielen 5 in the secondary. 3rd and 2. Trying to work around Chark. Pinheiro with a field goal. No good from 43. And that's how the half ends. 3rd and 10. And into the nickel. Blocked by Lamb. Now they get by him, and Tua's got to throw it away, and it's 4th down. 5-man rush. Young, look out for Wilkins. And Chubb.
You have to give him credit and his crew. I mean, this offense comes in over 500 yards a game in offense and just over 200 in the first half.
Ahmed the back, Lamb the block, the throw. It's caught by Hill. Look at him. He's slippery, rocketing his way, slaloming out of bounds, and he slows up, pulls up like a athletic training staff is out there. Ahmed in the backfield. And they go inside. This is Waddle. He makes one move, then he hits the deck shy of the first.
And we just saw the red zone production by the Dolphins today.
It's good. 2nd and goal. Mostert. Diving. Touchdown. Mostert has scored his 2nd touchdown today. That one by Lamb. The first by C as they dance their way to a 27-14 lead.
Excellent job by the offensive line. We mentioned at the beginning of this drive, Kevin, the replacements that are in. They're missing. And, Kevin, I know you covered him a lot of times. Just to jump in real quick on Zach, I know you covered him a lot of times. I was fortunate enough to play with him for a season and play against him a bunch of times, and what an incredible player.
Good line blocking and on the move right there. Chark for the 1st down.
Against them, and they've done a good job so far today.
Stiff arming Hubbard. Into the 2nd. Bryce Young, 4th and 1. And he goes deep, and he overshoots his receiver, the tight end, Hayden Hurst. In goal on the move. Nice block there by Hunt. Time for Tua. Here he comes.
He hasn't turned the ball over. They haven't been making silly mistakes.
3rd and 8. Berrios 1st down. He has got such a graceful throwing stroke. 1st and 10. It's Mostert. Oh, he got a good block from Smythe. Waddle. Tua. Look at the time. Look at the throw. Tagovailoa, 19-27. Mostert. He outraces Rouge. Hill. He hurdles. Tagovailoa has thrown 3 touchdowns today. Mostert. Touchdown. Miami. Mostert with his 3rd touchdown today. 2 by ground and 1 on a pass. On a 1-yard touchdown drive right there.
On his 3rd of the day, came into this game with 8 touchdowns.
A touchdown pass and 178 yards. It's rushing 5. They go outside. Caught at the 30. Dancing over there with the grab. And Chuba Hunt of the back. It's 1st and 10. They come through and they got him. Wilkins for a second time today. Yeah, some good adjustments by defensive coordinator Vic Fangio. He's got time. Now they come. Now he spins. He ducks and down he goes. Sealer got it. The Heat. Fouls drawn. Good. Did a good job. Look at Mostert. Boy, they've got, like I said, they got a track team. 3rd and 11. And Tua going long. Dolphins have made. Nickerson is in. Here comes the blitz. They bring the house. Everybody there. Look at the white jerseys on top of the quarterback. 5 sacks. Chubb registers another one. Let's see where they're going to put the ball.
Holding.
Flag.
Defense, number 34. It's a 5-yard penalty and an automatic. First.
He's been very productive, and they brought him to bring him over for his veteran leadership. It's been even better what they thought, and the production on the field has been outstanding.
Here is the tight end, Hayden Hurst. Seven in the secondary for Miami. The pressure is right there. Running out of the pocket is Young. Here comes Sealer. Yes, he did.
In that Denver game, when they came in late in that game.
White here. Chosen is in. That's picked off. And this may be a Troy Hill pick 6, and it is. Hill takes it to the house. 61-yard return. A pick 6 thrown by Mike White.
Slants and takes the flat. You see his eyes look to the inside. Saw the inside coverage there. Gets to the flat late. And leaves it inside, making it an easy pick 6.
Now it's 35-20.
The coaching staff has players to come into the building as they try an onside kick.
Grabbed right there. Chosen on the move. Brooks gets the call. Blocked by Wynn. Breaking a tackle. Chugging his way. Look at him drive and slash and move and corkscrew inside the 10. But he's out, and that's a shame to see that this late in the game. 3rd and goal. Ahmed looking for a block, and he got it from Hill, and he tries to cross. Hit the pylon. Got it. Touchdown, Miami. Ahmed, first of the year, 9-yard touchdown run. Point coming up.
Well, you see the individual effort and what he's able to do, get to that edge and just inside the pylon before Brown brings him down.
It's Young moving up, slinging the pass, and income to Thielen of 8 yards. Thielen 115 yards receiving through the air. They come at him. He's whacked as he was throwing.
At Philly.
Tyreek Hill today had 163 receiving yards and a 41-yard touchdown reception. Mike McDaniel is pushing all the right buttons.